Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education, more specifically FOREX trading, using the TC2000 and TradingView platforms. Hello, this is the Futures Week in Review. And I'm going to start off with the Aussie dollar futures. Looks like we had significant price action to the downside, all the way down to the Z3 excursion. However, following the FTM and the Dragon up there, we did end up with a $590 loss. British pound, however, was a nice overall gains on the downside. It is crowded out on the long side on the commitment of traders, and we did eke out some nice gains of one contract, $943 Canadian dollar. Also eked out a gain after this initial loss on Monday. Overall gains to the upside with about a $100 gain for the week. The Euro futures crowd out the long side, everything below the Dragon. Nice overall gains to the short side, $1,400 one contract. Japanese yen is crowded out short, however, significant price movement to the downside below the Dragon with an $1,800 gain on one contract. We did get commitment of traders information on the Brazilian real. Nice overall pressure to the downside with a contract gain of $330. New Zealand dollar had some beautiful gains to the downside and then gave it back on Friday. Overall retracement to the upside. Mexican peso was crowded out on the long side. As these traders got squeezed, this came right back. New Zealand dollar total weekly, even though we had significant price action to the downside on the FTM riding the Dragon, overall gain of just 55 bucks. Swiss franc, nice overall price action to the downside. And as you can see here, overall gains, especially with these 3 days here, $1,050. South African rand, incredible price action to the downside. Overall gain of $500. Bitcoin micro, just kind of all over the map with a loss of $58 on one contract. Cocoa above the Dragon. However, following the FTM, we had a $560 loss with this consolidation and topping action up here, the Z3 excursion. Crude oil continues to go on an upward movement above the Dragon. Overall gain for the week, $100. So this was significant price action to the downside. She took back and then came back, give a little bit of gains on the week after this initial loss here. Cotton consolidating within the Dragon. It's still hovering above the RL90 and 200. $85 loss overall in that consolidation. Dollar to the upside. Overall gains, nothing but strength here. We still don't have initial weakness here up there with a lot of Wyckoff volume to the upside. So this could revert back, and as the markets continue to go down, the dollar would strengthen here. This did not give a signal to the downside here. So we could see a kind of a retracement, a rubber band effect right here like we did on this one day here on 27 July. Overall gain of a $934 on one contract. ES minis, nothing but downside, and even a gap down overall, all below the Dragon. Continued selling pressure here in terms of overall Wyckoff volume. Overall gains on these shorts, $4,037. Gold also had some price action to the downside. Overall gains, $1,590 to the downside. After it did this initial reversal, bounced off the Z3 excursion, and then continued price action to the downside. Had a little retracement here back into the Dragon here on Friday. Feeder cattle, overall loss of $14.75 on this. Had some consolidation on to the upside here. Overall downward pressure. Lean hogs, overall downward pressure. Nice overall FTM to the downside, and using the RL270 as support, $560 gain on one contract for the week. Copper futures, about $287 profit. Looking at price action hitting the Z3 and then retracing back. Got some nice gains here on this overall FTM, and then no further trade the rest of the week. Coffee, overall topping fashion here went with this overall cup to the downside, back over to the RL270. Looking at overall loss with this intermittent consolidation here, $2,081. Hard red wheat, beautiful overall trades to the downside with gains on one contract, $5,475 to the downside, all below the Dragon. Same with lumber, beautiful all the way down the entire week for lumber with $550 gain on that one. Live cattle consolidating within the Dragon. Overall loss of $700. Natural gas pretty much to the downside. Overall, $1,040 gain. Kind of touches the Z3 excursion before it retraces back. NQ futures or NASDAQ, incredible gains to the downside. overall price action with a $7,760 gain, one contract. OJ had this beautiful retracement here, kind of signifying the overall market turn here. So orange juice had an overall gain of $1,897 on one contract, all to the downside on shorts. Palladium consolidating with a loss of $740. Platinum pretty much to the downside with a $355 gain. Gasoline started its fall here, precipitous on 2nd of August here. Continued its price action to the downside, showing weakness. Overall gain of $597. Russell also started its overall decline here, kind of a gradual decline. Overall gains of $955 in one contract. Sugar also to the downside with a $459 gain for the week. Silver also below the dragon, started its overall decline, along with gold. The overall gain of $3,700 on one contract. Treasuries had incredible price declines over all of them, Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday, incredible retracement going back. Overall gains on the 10-year, $1,160. Ultra bond, same thing. Pretty much for all the treasuries, same kind of formation. $4,375 on one contract. VIX is now showing incredible volatility to the upside. Started here on the 1st and is not done yet. Still pretty much to the upside for volatility. Looking at a $908 gain on one contract. The Dow started its overall turn here too as well. In this topping faction with a $1,615 gain on one contract. 30-year, same with all the treasuries. $1,156 gain, one contract. Corn, like OJ and a lot of the other grains, all pretty much to the downside. The $1,600 gain to the downside. 5-year, slow overall gain here on the 5-year. Overall drop down towards the Z3 excursion, then just rebounded back for next week. Soybean oil consolidating with a $498 loss. Same with soybean meal, pretty much consolidating too as well with a $190 gain. 10-year also down with a rebound on Friday, $734 gain. Oats, we had this initial gain on Monday and then a nice precipitous fall overall. Close out the week, $1,200. Rough rice, same thing, nice overall gain in overall price in rice, especially with that overall shortage in India. They are not exporting their rice. With 40% of the world's grain market, this is pretty significant. $330 gain on soybean also. With its precipitous fall here, this was an incredible gain. It's the $1,687 gain for the week. 2-year started showing its bottom as all the other long-term bonds had significant falls. The 2-year did not and was consolidating here. We had an overall loss of $35 one contract. Wheat, incredible fall just like with OJ and all the rest of the grains with this kind of precipitous fall with $3,800 gain on one contract. Well folks, this is all I have for the Futures Week in Review. We're currently conducting courses and introduction for Forex, futures, and stocks. And if you're interested in programming in Python and PineScript and auto trading, click on the links below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you on Sunday.
Well, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like Rumble button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information, go ahead and click the course information links below. On the TradingView link and on TC2000, I have an affiliate link. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.